What's up? We're back. I got my 50 likes so I can drop my defensive first impression video. Tell y'all what I felt about the defensive side of the ball, what I liked and what I disliked. Now going into the game, Madden 18, we first went down there, we're so used to running nickel and nickel blitz being so dominant. So that's obviously what I came out in first. And I'll tell you that it doesn't work as well. I feel if you block anybody on the side of the nickel, he will get picked up. Even on the other side of the nickel, the other linebacker, that pretty much gets picked up by anything. So most every blitz we were trying was really getting picked up. I felt personally that I was stopping the run fairly well out of single back and stuff like that. I really felt like the run was not too dominant. It looks really dominant on all the gameplay videos, but from my perspective of playing the game, I really didn't have a problem slowing down the run. I felt, like I said, I used the Raiders, and Khalil Mack just popped off the screen. As good as the offensive line was in pass protection and run blocking, they allowed that elite player to really get off the ball as quickly as possible and make plays in the backfield for me. Another thing about defense, tackling was hard. Goes in with the offense, how the ball moves it back and all this, and you can weave around. The angles are really good. I think the pursuit is really good, but they just break tackles between the jukes and the trucks. Mostly running backs. I didn't see wide receivers doing too much crazy stuff, but it was definitely hard to tackle, hard to create pressure. But one of the cool features is each player now on defense has their own specific zones and assignments they can do. Whereas before you would be able to put a hard flat, just be able to hot route a hard flat on every player. Now your outside linebackers, your outside corners, you can quickly hot route them into cloud flats, soft squats, hard flats, whatever you want instantly. No more putting a hard flat, then Y up to turn them into cloud flats. It's pretty much what you want instantly. You know, that's a good feature they put in the game. It's also a feature they did pull back some of the stuff because they're so position specific with their audibles and their adjustments. They did take away some of the things you can do, like linebacker, a middle linebacker can't go into hard flat, an outside linebacker can't go to deep blue, stuff like that. Everything's position relevant, and it helps the game and it takes away from the game. It just depends on how you want to use it. You know, we can look at it as bright side, which we're going to be able to once we get a game and we learn what every player can do. And that's the goal. And the best thing about this is the deep blues for the corners. Before last year, if you base a line and it was wide side and you wanted to put your corner in the deep blue, if you were in cover 2, okay, I want to put my corner in the deep blue and bring down my safety. If you did this, the deep blue would go to the middle of the field, leaving a wide open streak for a touchdown to the outside guy. This year, you deep blue your corner, he's going straight to the sideline in quarter coverage. You can also put your corners in the cover 2 inverts. So this is great because whatever blitz we find later in the year, we'll be able to transform it into a cover 2 invert, to a cover 4, to a cover 3, whatever you want with the same exact look. The possibilities are endless with the deep blue adjustments they gave us, and they really open up a defensive mind to be great at creating the same look but different coverages when you snap the ball, and that's always been an effective tactic in Madden. I'm really excited for that. Another thing on the defensive side of the ball that they did take out was the cross man. You can't really man up anybody that's on the other side of the center. You can man somebody up and drag them over and they'll stay manned up, but you can't directly man up somebody on the other side of the field. Personally, I didn't like this because I felt cross man was a tactic that a lot of people use to kind of eliminate the repetitive plays. Like if I know what play you're running, then I can effectively man somebody up and stop the play. That was one of my strengths as a defensive player. You know, I've never been a big blitzer. I've been a guy that's always thought, if I know what play you're running, I can put the right defense, put my players in the right position to stop your offensive play. And that's what Crossman kind of did for me last year, and it really helped me a lot. Come up with good defensive game plans for certain people that I played throughout the season. And without that, we got to find a way, maybe man somebody up, drag them over, man up a linebacker, drag them over, maybe position sub linebacker or safeties into the linebacker spot, drag them over, because they did take that feature out of the game. I was upset about it, I said that, but you know, we're going to find a way to make it work. I will, at least, because you know I'm going to want to play coverage. The tough part with playing coverage is you dollar and quarter anything with, you know, multiple DBs is not effective against big sets. You know, if you have 2 tight ends or 2 running backs and somebody's in dollar, more than likely they're going to get weak boxed. You can read up on Clint's blog about weak boxing, and it's just essentially if you don't have enough people in the box, you're going to get pancaked. You know, as a man that played with 6 DBs this year and 7 DBs last year, that kind of, I don't really like that, because, you know, I feel like DBs are way more versatile than linebackers. You can play better defense the more DBs you have on the field. That's just how I feel. So they kind of eliminated playing dollar and quarters against big sets. You know, so I think something like ace twins or single back ace, you know, something that has 2 tight ends on the field was also effective passing the ball is going to be really dominant this year, because dollar and quarters and dime and stuff like that, you cannot run that against those certain sets. So you're going to be stuck in a 3-4 or nickel with a bunch of linebackers, and you know it's going to be tougher to play pass coverage while still playing run defense. That's some of the obstacles we deal with on the defensive side of the ball. I'm really excited for the challenge that it creates, and trying to find different ways, you know, to slow down opponents' offenses, because like I said, the pass protection is really good. The blitz pickup is phenomenal. So we're going to have to really be creative on defense, and it's going to be a fun year.